Hey friends, hello. Happy Wednesday, happy Veterans Day. How you guys doing? So this is like a total last minute idea scope. How are you guys doing? I have a fired up scope for you guys today. Hi Andrea, how are you? Welcoming District, how are you? D Graham, Smooth, not so. Hey Rachel, how are you? What's it? Incan's Inspirations. You guys are like, stop trying to read all the names. Here, let me throw you guys on my tripod real quick. Yep, I got a fired up scope for you. This wasn't what I was gonna scope out today, and it was not planned. I'm actually heading to go work out real quick. Hi Rochelle. Hi Lisa. Yeah, so I'm actually heading out to get a quick workout in, but I started thinking about this, and it's sort of come about the last couple days. Saw you on AltScope. Yay! Hello. Thanks for coming. Thanks for following and jumping in my scope. So exciting. Yeah, so I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been trying to get healthier. Not trying. I'm getting healthier. And I've been working out, and it's been tough, and it's been hard, and it's like you always are thinking about the goal, right? Like the end goal, like the weight loss or the strength or whatever. And I heard a scope last night talking about the process of stuff, and like that it's almost like when you think about like going to college, right? Like it's not even really about getting the degree, right? It's about the process. Like you learn how to learn, you learn how to do hard work, you learn all these things. And so like college in general is not about the degree, it's about the process. And so I'm also thinking a lot about this with business because it has a lot to do with it, right? So if we've never met before, my name's Kathy Olson. I'm the owner of Love Inspired, and we do amazing and beautiful websites, right? Yeah, same thing with marathon runners. It's not about passing the goal, right? It's about, getting through it and pushing through it. So I just posted this in the beginning, if you guys saw it on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I just posted a really cool quote that you guys can share. I'm at Love Inspired, and I just hand lettered it. And it just says sometimes it's about the process, and I'm kind of talking about this idea. But in business, like we design websites, and so a lot of times people think about the end product, like I want an amazing website. But what is really important to us as well is the process and giving them a good client experience. Process of training is way harder than marathon. It says, yeah, the journey is the destination. And I think so many of us, especially if you're very goal oriented, which I totally am. I'm like a futurist. Oh, good. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I'm a total futurist. Like when I did the Strength Finders test or whatever, my number one thing was futurist. And so I'm always thinking about the future. I'm always thinking about goals and planning and, all these things like the steps I need to get there, right? And the ways that I can get to from point A to point B. But I really have trouble focusing on the present and focusing on the process and exactly what I'm going through and why I'm going through it. Strengths Finder, it's a book and it's also a quiz. So look up Strengths Finder on Amazon and you'll see it. Basically tells you what your strengths are, and my number one strength was a futurist and able to see another. I have a whole bunch of other ones. I think there's like 5 top ones, but that's my number one, which makes total sense because I'm all about that. But yeah, so it's about the process. And so what we're doing currently with our business is, I feel like the design stuff's always been there. It's always been top notch. I've been a graphic designer for 15 years. I've been a website designer for 20 years. Like the design stuff comes easily to me. I can read people's minds. I feel like I got that stuff. Yeah, always 10 steps ahead. That part of my business is kind of like on lock, right? I know what I'm doing in that part of the business, but there's always room to grow in any way, in any business, right? And so I started early. I'm a kind of a freak like that. There's a long story on that, but I learned photography, graphic design, screen printing, all kinds of stuff before the age of 18, because I was really interested in this stuff at a young age. But anyways, yeah, I've been doing it professionally since year 2000. But anyways, so a lot of times I feel like our business is there, right? It's at that point where we got the design part down, but there's always room to improve. And so one area that we're really going to focus on improving in 2016 is the process. And because I feel like every time I hear someone, even in any company, right? Like they just launched their website and they're like, this was a labor of love. It was blood, sweat, and tears. And not just our company, right? This is anybody. Anybody that's gone through a rebranding or redoing their website or any of this stuff, they all are like, oh, that was so hard. That was like the hardest thing I ever did. It was like giving birth. It was like labor, right? Like giving birth to a baby. But I started thinking earlier, like later on this year, I started thinking, what if it wasn't hard? What if it was one of the most amazing experiences that someone had? What if it was like one of the funnest things they've ever done for their business, right? Like what if the process, like the awesome website's great and the really cool brand's cool, right? It's good to have. But what if the process that they did to get there was awesome and it was fun and it was exciting and they loved it and they felt cheered for and they felt loved and they felt important and they, like what if someone said, dude, yeah, I love my website, but working with Kathy Olson and working with Love Inspired was the most amazing time of my life. Like, right? Like, what if that was the best part? Say it? Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I've never heard of anyone like scream from the mountaintops that branding and redoing a website was awesome. It's always a hard process. And so I'm like, dude, why can't we be that person? Why can't we, okay, the design's here, but if we can get that client experience, that process up here, we could take on the world. We'll be the best designers and the best website creators of the planet, right? Because people will be like, dude, I went through this process, it sucked, but I went through it with her and it's awesome. So why not, right? So that's really what our focus is going to be for 2016. And I share that with you to let you know that this is all coming full circle. Like I'm understanding that it's not just about the result, it's about the process. It's the digging in the deep. So think about it. Think about like, does it matter? It doesn't matter how you were born. Like it doesn't matter how you were raised, right? The beginning of your life doesn't really matter that much. And even the end of your life doesn't really matter that much. What matters is that in between, right? It's the stuffing. It's all the years from birth to death. Those are the things that matter. It's the middle that matters. And so just like with working out, with eating well, whatever, like we always focus about the end product, but it's about learning how to be healthy. It's about getting stronger, right? It won't be rewarding enough if you don't love the process. Yeah, thank you guys so much for sharing this too. That makes me feel good too, that other people care about this stuff. But yeah, like sometimes it's not about the end result, because the end result, sometimes you don't even have control over the end result. Sometimes the end result's not even what you want it to be. It didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. But what about the process? Like, how have you grown? What have you learned from it? How have you stretched your muscles? Like, just like working out, you rip apart your muscles to repair them so that you're stronger next time. So really, like, that is what matters. It's the process that you go through. And so this is just something to think about for you today, just to kind of, say, hey, don't get down on yourself. Enjoy the process as much as you possibly can, but also be thinking about what you could get, like that this is the most important part. Being in the middle of it is the most important part. It's the growth phase. It's the learning phase. It's like, getting trained and molded and sculpted and refined. Those are the things that matter, and it's not really necessarily where you end up, because that whole process that you're going through right now is going to build you up for something greater in the future, right? Totally true about motherhood, right? Yeah. Motherhood is all about the middle, right? They start off as babies, we take care of them, like do all these things in the middle to get them to be, to like send them off in the future. But that's what matters. That like whole raising of kids is in the middle, right? Like that's where all this stuff matters. So I just wanted to encourage you guys today. Like I said, this was a total off the cuff, fired up scope. Wasn't planning on talking about this today, but I just started thinking about it. I did this little quote on Instagram and I thought I should share this on Periscope too because it's a good message and it's something that maybe you need to hear today. So I know I need to hear it because I'm such a beginning and end person, and I need to think about the middle more. And also, like I said, this is going to be our main focus for 2016 is client experience and process, and making working with us to be like the most fun thing you ever done all year. Like that's what I want. That's my goal. And I know that's lofty, right? Because I know that I've never seen anyone do it. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, I've never seen anyone do this. I've never seen someone say the branding process was fantastic, the website process was fantastic, I loved every second of it, right? Like I want to do it again. That's what I want. I want someone to love it so much that they want to start it over and do it all over again, right? I know it's lofty, but why not, right? Why not? Why not go for it? So that's I'm actually working with a business coach on this. It's like we just hired a new person too. We're bringing all these processes together, saying how could this be fun, engaging, how can they feel loved on and cared for? Yeah, exactly. Why not? So hopefully that I don't know, encourages you today. I know I'm sharing a little bit of personal information about that on how our business is gonna look for the next year, but maybe it'll spark something in, you never know. I might as well share it, right? So if you guys aren't already following us, make sure you're following us at Love Inspired here on Twitter, and then at Love Inspired on Instagram. That's where I posted that quote. If you guys want to repost it, I would love if you'd share it, share the whole message, right? Thanks so much. I think it's about getting clients to see things differently too and not think of the end result. Yeah, totally. Like let's enjoy this, right? Let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this process. And our website is love-inspired.com. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are excited about this. Thank you so much for sharing this too. If you haven't had a chance to share it out, make sure you share it before the end of the scope. I'm about to end it. So that your followers and people on Twitter can watch the replay and give me hearts and stuff too and share this awesome message, right? Fired up scope. All right, you guys have a lovely, and I'm working today. I know you guys maybe have the day off, which you're lucky, but I'm working today. So I'm actually going to go get a little exercise, like I said, and then I'm going to get back into work, get back into working, and love you guys so much. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks for all the hearts and the positive, encouraging comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Work it.